Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time that you happen to be listening. It's your boys, Krohner and The Don, back again with another episode. How you guys doing? Hoping you're living well. Don, how are you doing? I feel like I haven't really talked to you much this past week.
Hey man, we be staying busy out here in these streets for real. But no, it's been pretty okay. Life is being life, and I can't really complain.
I hear that. Life's really freaking hard right now. It really is.
Yeah,
Mercury must be in Gatorade or something.
dude, I swear it was the Aurora Borealis.
Dude, yeah, wasn't that crazy?
Dude, it threw something off. It threw something the fuck off.
Probably
Guaranteed.
so. I saw that I mean you could see that shit from like Canton. Like I think I actually saw
Mm-hmm.
yeah, somebody like posted a picture of it. They said it was from Canton. I didn't get to, but I had a feeling I wasn't gonna be able to. You know, Atlanta has such like light pollution and noise pollution and regular pollution. I was like, I don't get to have anything nice. Ugh.
That's how it was out here in Chattanooga, dog. I so much light pollution, I couldn't see that shit. I mean, I could have driven like 15 minutes north and been fine, but I'm a lazy piece of shit, so I didn't do it.
I mean, you know, it's really cool. It seems like kind of a once in a lifetime thing, but I also understand. But when I was passing through, and then we kept going further north, like towards Clarksville. Yeah, that drive is really really nice though. I like all those rock faces on either side of the highway, and we got to see like the city from the highway. It was really cool.
Mm,
Um, hmm, yeah,
yeah,
but
no, very cool drive. Just around here, a lot of mountains. Like carved into the mountain or on the side. It's real nice.
it's gorgeous. But yeah, Aurora Borealis, thanks a lot. Life is lifing really, really hard right now. Um, man, really, really hard. I am in the process of moving right now, so that's really cool. We did our first trip over to the new place today, and my God, I forgot how tiring it was. I've only been here like 2 years, but I forgot how tiring moving was. Sweet Jesus.
Oh yeah, no, it's absolutely abysmal. Depending on how things are looking by the time I'm out of here, or the lease is supposed to end rather, I might be moving again too. Which a lot of factors in that. A lot of factors in that.
There is budget was a was a huge factor in our decision of where to go. Um, we're moving so damn far away, but it's gonna be worth it. I
Oh
think.
yeah, 100%. I think you got it in the bag.
Yeah, it'll be all right. Um, other exciting developments, as everyone can see, I got a new microphone. It's a lot of fun. Now I don't have to hold my microphone the whole time. I can just talk to this little guy right here, and he has little lights. Um, he's I don't know how to control it, but it's cool. It's random. That's a lot of fun. Um, and well, actually, yeah, that's really about it for me. Moving a new microphone, just still really exciting.
That is still very exciting. I still need to get a mic stand for my shit and probably a new mic. I've had this mic since like 2017.
I mean, that's not bad. I'd be more happy that it still works.
Snowballs are okay at best. I'm definitely happy it still works, but that's about all it's giving me right now. Better than the webcam mic. If it weren't for this thing, I wouldn't be able to do any of
Yeah,
this.
I heard his webcam mic earlier. It was terrible.
Sound like a robot, dude. Straight up. It was bad.
You were robotic, like maybe about 30 feet away from the microphone. It sounded like, excuse me, and yeah, you're also. It sounded like you were recording from within like a silo. It was bad.
It was really bad. I wonder if I how it sounds, but I'm sure it sounded a lot like this.
Oh, please stop.
That's gonna sound good in the ears.
Yeah, no. Man, we're gonna have to put like a little like a picture or something. Trigger warning, volume down. This will kill you. My God.
Oh,
Oh man. Well,
dude, I couldn't hear it, so that's news to me.
well, good for you. Anyway, we're not here to just do small talk today. Um, this was sort of an impromptu thing. It's actually rather late at night. I know normally we record late at night, but I'm trying not to do that since I have all this other shit I have to do today or over the course of the next 2 weeks or so. Um, but yeah, impromptu topic, but one that's always a lot of fun. Um, Mr. Don, you've definitely seen scrolling through Facebook. You've seen, ads for articles by like Super News Soups or Ranker or something like that, whatever they happen to say on there. That's some sort of absurd headline like 16 anime villains that you kind of agree with, and they also wear a hat and have lightning powers. Like just very like weirdly specific stuff. And then sometimes it's so vague that you're like, well, this probably took about 5 minutes. All you had to do was just look up anime on Google Images.
Yeah, no, I've definitely seen a lot of those. And it's always a treat, right? And that's if you can get past the ads on the websites that you click onto.
They
Spe-
are
Oof.
There's a lot of them. I found, and I don't know if it's just because I'm using mobile or not most of the time, but I found that sometimes if I find like, there's actually some articles that I'm like kind of interested in, not gonna lie, but sometimes it'll just blank out the screen. Like I'll just be in the middle of reading and suddenly it'll go blank. I'll have to exit out of the pop up thing that the Facebook app does and then like load back into it and quickly like scroll and find my place. And sometimes it'll bring up that pop up that like it stops the scrolling and you have to press exit or
And half the
take a
time
photo.
that fucking dude, half the time that fucking pop up, it's covered by the top. Like it's too long for your screen, so you can't click out of it. It's awful.
It's absurd. It's really the worst. But um man, they still get me every time even with such a even with such a shitty website. So I wanted to delve through a couple of those today. I found a few in the last like hour that we've just been chilling here, and I wanted to go through a couple of them. I've been messing around with my OBS, and I think if I do this, then you guys can read what I'm seeing as well. Aiden, cut this out if this doesn't work. Hey, look at that!
Hey,
Got the
I think
transition
it's
and
working.
everything. So wait, hold on. I'm seeing it backwards. Is it backwards for you?
um, no, that's just because it always shows your camera mirrored.
Okay, yeah, because it's on Discord. All right, well, that's good. I was worried for a second there. I don't know how technology works. But anyway, the first article that I wanted to dive into, and of course we're going to put our own personal input on it because this has to be transformative, um, is the top 50 best fighting type Pokemon. And I'm not going to go through all 50. I'm going to go through the top 25. We're going to go through half of them. But first up, we have Lucario. Lucario is a fighting and steel type Pokemon introduced in Generation 4. Standing at just under 4 feet and weighing 119 pounds, this dual type fighting and steel Pokemon bipedal canine like creature is known for its oppressive agility and power, which is weird for a steel type. Lucario evolves from Riolu when leveled up with high friendship during the day and further transforms into Mega Lucario, using Lucario Knight. Very inspired name. Renowned for its ability to comprehend human speech and sense energy fields known as auras, Lucario is especially rare and usually resides deep within mountains, carnivorous in nature. Lucario is known for displaying extraordinary loyalty to its owner or trainer, excuse me,
Its
and
owner.
embodies a strong Jesus, and embodies a strong sense of justice. Um, Aiden, how do you feel? Deserves the number one spot on the best fighting type list?
No,
Not at all.
no, overrated as shit.
Bro can't even stand up to fire or ground types.
Yeah, no, like you're done. You're donezo. Like it's so. Lucario's always been overrated. People just like him because he got a movie.
Yeah, you remember when like we thought he was gonna be like a legendary Pokemon?
Mm-hmm. I remember vividly. I
Yeah,
remember being advertised in like the Beckett Pokemon magazines and shit, which I still have, by the way. Fuck. Yeah, I was so disappointed to find out he's just some dude.
yeah, he's just some dude. Yeah, he's I don't know. I've never necessarily been like inclined to like use him. You know, I also thought it was kind of weird that he got one of those like baby evolutions. Um, not that Not that that's necessarily bad. I kind of like the concept of like getting some baby evolutions. Like what was it? Pikachu got Pichu, Magmar got Magby, even Jinx got one, which was weird. That was a Smoochum, I think, and uh,
I think
some.
objectively, Lucario's is the best one. Riolu is pretty peak in regards to that category, in my opinion.
I mean, it's all well and good. At least it's a mono fighting type.
Yeah, won't die
The
to fire
biggest thing,
types.
yeah, exactly. Like the biggest thing he's got to worry about is psychic and flying and fairy question
I don't
mark.
know.
I don't
Question
remember.
mark.
I don't know, but either way, I don't think Lucario deserves to be at the top of this list. Um, and also, I want to focus on the ability to comprehend human speech. Can't they all do that? Wasn't that kind of the whole point? Or do they are
Kind
they just
of.
kind of like dogs where they notice like intonation of your voice and they're like, oh, they sound happy. I'm gonna be happy too.
I don't know. I feel like I would need to watch the movie again. Um, but I'm pretty sure Lucario can like, not just understand but communicate back in some sort of way.
Yeah, like he can communicate telepathically, but the way that the article describes it, it's like renowned for its ability to comprehend human speech. And I'm like, isn't that how they tell them which moves to use? Like in the
I would
anime?
hope so.
Like what? They're just like, oh, these syllables sound similar. I'm just gonna shoot my seed, um, or spitfire, bullet seed,
Shoot my seed. Oh,
or like use flamethrowers. But let's move on. Ugh. Oh wait, I forgot I have to disagree. Um, man, he's up. Really?
well, yeah, people are fucking like brainwashed.
That's so stupid.
It's very, very stupid.
I don't get it. We're gonna move on to the second one here, which is Machamp. Machamp is great. Machamp's been around since the first generation. He is like he's the iconic fighting type Pokemon that we all like think about, right?
Oh
Um,
yeah.
he's the first one that comes to mind for me, and like Red and Blue weren't even my first games. My first games were Ruby and Sapphire, which we still have Machop, but then we also had like what was it, Makuhita, if I'm pronouncing that correctly,
Hmm.
and Metatite, but Metatite fire or fighting psychic, a little different.
I will say, if there's like any de facto three fighting types that I think of, it's those three. But like, yeah, no, Makuhito is a baller. I fucking loved Hariyama.
Dude,
Um,
guy can learn surf. What?
oh yeah, like absolutely based. But we're not talking about Hariyama. We're talking about Machamp. And honestly, I feel like Machamp deserves that number two spot, if not for anything being like the OG. I mean,
That's
you
exactly my
could
point.
debate number one, but like, you know,
I mean,
we're
maybe
not
like
deep enough.
yeah, like he's already up here, so we could go ahead and say that, but we'll save that for later.
Yeah.
Um, so the description of Machamp, known for its extraordinary strength, symbolized by its four muscular arms, Machamp represents. Sorry, my scrolling is terrible. Represents the final evolution form of Machop, proceeding from Machoke. The robust Machamp astounds with its ability to execute multiple punches in seconds, making it a formidable opponent in the battle arena. It stands out with its Gigantamax form, expanding in height and power. The impressive Machamp, introduced in Generation 1, continues to be a favorite among Pokemon trainers. Its unique physical prowess and captivating evolutional journey makes this Pokemon a fascinating study. I don't know what's captivating about his evolutionary journey.
Arms.
I mean, yeah,
Just
but like,
more arms.
what's with the fins on his head?
I don't know. You just be balling for real.
And bro's over here like two toes Johnny with two toes.
I always forget about that.
Yeah, I think what was it? Machop doesn't even have toes. I think it just has flippers, if I remember correctly. And then I don't remember what Machoke has.
I think two toes.
Yeah, I don't know. Either way, I mean, Machamp's still a baller. Like incredible physical strength. Like, oh man, and best move set: seismic toss, cross chop, and dynamic punch. Yeah, seismic toss. Like when you get up into the higher levels, because I believe that move's power is based off of the user's level. Great cross chop. I love that one. I hate it for its accuracy though. I feel like I never hit it, and I would usually waste all the poke power on it. And but dynamic punch is great.
Dude, bad RNG is the killer of some fighting type moves for real.
Honestly, there's that one. There's focus punch, and that one's hard. You have to like go up against someone who's more so into like stat decreases, and just kind of hope that that's what they're trying to do. Um,
Oh yeah.
what's another good really fighting type move? Wake up slap has been doing pretty good for me lately.
Man, I can't even think of one because I don't typically use fighting types.
They do have a couple more weaknesses and a lot more like common weaknesses than what I really care for, but honestly, I mean, feed them a little carbos, boost their speed, and they'll get it done before there's even a chance of them getting taken out. But yeah, usually their special defense is ass.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna upvote on Machamp right here. Bam. So that's 2,167 yeses, 697 no's. Huh. Yeah. So
Yeah, I know.
he just didn't get as many votes as Lucario, I guess.
That makes
Oh well,
sense.
he's still up there. Better than Blaziken right here, coming in at number third. Blaziken, known as the Blaze Pokemon, is a fire and fighting type that can also Mega Evolve. Originating from the Hoenn region, this bird-like creature has a distinct, imposing look with a fusion of red, beige, and yellow feathers. Its evolution lineup begins with the adorable Torchic, which turns into the spry Combuskin before reaching its final powerful form as Blaziken. Interestingly, Blaziken stands as one of the only Pokemon introduced before their generation's anime airing. Its courageous personality and notable strength make it a compelling choice for trainers everywhere. I mean, it's okay. Torchic wasn't my first choice.
Blaziken, my goat. I fucking love Blaziken, dude. That's the starter that I always went for whenever I was playing Emerald.
I mean, it's a good Pokemon, and I like that. If I remember correctly, it had a lot of like moves that were just exclusive to it.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I
Blaze
can't remember
Kick.
anyone else. Yeah, I don't remember anyone else that can learn Blaze Kick. High Jump Kick was crazy because I didn't have anybody else at the time that could learn that shit, and I do remember when it learned Sky Uppercut. I remember this specifically because I was fighting May at the Lily Cove department store in that final battle, and I remember just whomping everything with Sky Uppercut.
God bless, dude. Sky Uppercut was goated. And let me tell you, I got two words. Fighting chicken.
Fighting Chicken, yes, that's great.
Fighting chicken. Love it. Love everything about it.
Yeah, we
Number
love it.
3 is up for debate, but like definitely at least top 10.
I mean, yeah, I mean, so far, like I'm solid with where it is for number 3 because I can't think off the top of my head of. I mean, shoot, there's 50 plus here. At some point, they got to start crossing evolutionary lines.
Oh yeah.
Like there must be the Combuskin must be somewhere on here out of 50. I don't know.
Gotta
Well,
be.
there's a lot of Pokemon now. Plus, like if I mean, seeing that they're not just considering like mono fighting types, we probably get like Medicham or Gallade. I think is fighting and Psychic as well. There's also what is it, Crabrawler? I think from like one of the newer ones. I think that was from Sword and Shield.
I have no idea.
Yeah, dude, there's some crab that's like fighting type and not water type. Like it'll learn water type moves, but it's not water type. I'm like that seems like a missed opportunity for like that same type attack bonus. Why would you give this crab any water type moves if it's not water type?
I have no idea. I mean, it's not like that's the first time they've done it. Like that
No,
type of thing.
you're right on that for sure.
Cast form.
Mm, fair enough. Well, Castform's different. You can change its type. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and give Blaziken an upvote. Sure. So Blaziken has more upvotes than Machamp, but also more downvotes. Weird.
I wonder if it's ratio.
Yeah, that must be it. Okay.
The
All right.
monkey!
Number 4, we got Infernape. Infernape was literally the same concept as Blaziken because they saw how well that Blaziken worked before. They were like, you know what, firefighting types, let's do it again.
Back to back.
Screw it, let's do it. Oh man, this description is kind of lame. Say hello to Infernape, the flame Pokemon. a mixture of fire and fighting, just like the final evolution from the previous game. And also the second evolution stage, both shit, what was it? Monferno, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Monferno.
Yeah, Monferno and Combuskin are both fire and fighting as well. Oh, if I had just read it,
Ha!
Infernape evolves from Monferno and stands as the final form of Chimchar, its eternal flame that never goes out, and special martial arts involves all of its limbs involving all its limbs adds to its uniqueness. Not just cool, but also deeply rooted in ancient folklore, Infernape has stylistic references to Sun Wukong, the main character from the Chinese epic Journey to the West. What's not to love about a firefighter monkey that has killer moves and a kick-ass backstory? I mean, as a Pokemon itself,
Monkey.
it's cool.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
best moveset, close combat, flare blitz, and acrobatics. Wow, two moves that do recoil damage.
Mm-hmm.
I go out of my way to avoid those at all costs. Like takedown, double edge, not worth it, in my opinion.
No, I'd agree with that. Typically,
Mm.
excuse me. There's a lot of there's like comp move sets that take those, I think, but like, yeah, conventionally, blech.
No, it doesn't seem very practical. But yeah, I moves aside because you can change that. Infernape is still pretty solid. I mean, good Pokemon to have and solid design too. Fire Monkey is a good one.
The monkey.
I just
I
didn't
love the
like that.
monkey.
Yeah, it was the same thing as as the previous generation. Like I like when they change it up with the with the dual type if they're gonna do that.
Yeah, the back to back on the firefighting was pretty insane. Came like a staple.
Yeah, like I don't know. Let's get a fire and flying.
Ooh.
I don't know, something like that. Or for a starter. Um,
Yeah.
oh man, it's a shame we're not looking at fire type Pokemon. I would want Talonflame to be up there. Talonflame is my ride or die in Sword and Shield. Good God, I had a shiny one.
Ooh. Yes,
Mm.
sir.
I'm gonna give Infernape a little upvote. Here we go, yes, sir. Hitmonlee. Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan are also they're definitely staple fighting types. I can't believe I forgot about them. Now I kind of feel bad about it.
Dude, I'm a little shocked him on Leah's up.
Yeah, I am too. Like I don't recall necessarily like using him super often, but I thought that he was cool. I thought his design was like it was very simple, but then at the same time like it was still kind of cool. Like he's a little off-putting, but man, I mean, you can't deny the kicking. Like his best move set here is high jump kick, mock punch, and bullet punch, which is kind of weird because he's not the punching one. Um, I would have put like triple kick or double kick up there. And I'm pretty sure that he can learn I'm pretty sure he can learn blaze kick. Like if you had him in current generation.
That makes sense. Um, dude, I can't remember because there's Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee, and Hitmontop. And I think I can't remember which they each had their own like individual stat advantages. And I can't remember what the hell it was.
Yes, I remember because when you evolve Tyrogue, whichever one that he evolves into is based on his current stats. I think if he has higher attack than his defense, then it's Hitmonchan. If his defense is higher, it's Hitmonlee, and if they're equal, you get Hitmontop, which was really really hard to do. Which I think is why Hitmontop was like we generally consider Hitmontop to be a little bit cooler than the others, right?
Mm-hmm.
At least here
100%.
I'm actually low key kind of surprised that Hitmontop isn't up here.
Yeah, Hitmonlee, these people are tripping.
No, he's still fine. Um, Hitmonlee is a fighting type creature first spotted in Generation 1, evolving from Tyrogue, inspired by Japanese kickboxer Tadashi Sawamura. Hitmonlee can light up the battlefield with his rapid fire kicking. Neat fact, it is one of Tyrogue's possible final evolutions, joining the ranks of Hitmonchan and Hitmontop. Surprise feature, it has more former signature moves than any fellow Pokemon. This punchy pokey's roots in both martial arts and anime lore pack a powerful punch for any fan's roster. I mean, I like Hitmonlee. I'm gonna go and give him a little upvote. Yeah, not a whole lot of votes on him, but that's okay. I mean, shoot, he made it all the way up to number 5 out of 50. We got
My
Gallade.
king.
Gallade over here. I thought it was cool, like whenever it first came out, but I mean, I don't know. In practice, don't think that I preferred using Gallade.
I mean, I liked Khalid in the sense that like there's a little bit more diversity to the moveset compared to like, Metacham.
Mm.
But it's okay. I still if I'm picking, it's between like Khalid and Gardevoir, it's Gardevoir.
Always, yeah. I mean, a special attack like tank, dude.
Oh yeah, no. Like glass cannon. Talk about a glass cannon.
Exactly. Let's see. His best move set is Close Combat, Psycho Cut, and Leaf Blade. I'll take that. Leaf Blade's a little strange though. I feel like it's just because his arms are swords.
Oh yeah.
No, this description's kind of weird. I'm gonna skip the descriptions. I'm sure you guys don't even want to hear all that. Plus, you could also pause and read it if you. I don't know. I'm giving Galea
I'd
down.
say down, yeah.
Yeah, like not, especially seeing who we've got up next. I don't think Gallade is really like. I had a feeling that the dual types were gonna be at like a particular advantage to this.
Yeah, it's cringe.
Yeah,
Like
I was hoping that the mono fighting types would, like the real fans would be out there, but they're not.
exactly.
Next up, we got Hitmonchan coming in at number 7. Um, the antithesis to Hitmonlee, I suppose. He's the punching Pokemon versus Hitmonlee being the kicking. But his moveset apparently is actually very similar: Mach Punch, Bullet Punch, and Close Combat. I don't know. Bullet Punch is okay, but it's just a
Dude,
Steel type move, and I feel like in most cases where Steel type is going to be a good move, you could also use Fighting type as well. Like when you're against like a Rock type. Or does Bullet Punch have some kind of effect?
I have no idea. All I can think about this one is how they completely undermine the fact that Hitmonchan can also learn Fire Punch, Ice Punch, and Thunder Punch.
Exactly. Exactly. He's got the whole elemental like trifecta right there.
Mm-hmm. They did Hitmonchan dirty, both in its rank and in its best move set.
It was kind of funny. Well, we'll go through this description a little bit. So Hitmonchan is a fighting type Pokemon with a nod to the famed martial artist Jackie Chan. Um, but they didn't mention the fact that I thought the Hitmonlee was a reference to, Bruce Lee.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that's what's universally accepted. I don't think anyone really knows who, unless you're in Japan, who that kickboxer is.
Yeah, who was it? Yeah, Tadashi Sawamura. I not to say that I'm super into the culture, but I've never heard of him. Plus, I don't know. It's neither here nor there. They're allowed to do what they want, I guess. But yeah, once again, I think Bullet Punch is just one of those moves that goes first, but it's a Steel type move, which means that you don't get your same type attack bonus. And if you already have Mach Punch, then I mean, what else do you need? I guess like unless we're gonna have to check on that fairy thing to see if that is true. Because if it is, I know that Steel type is super effective against fairy, so that would be helpful. But also, I feel like neither of these Pokemon really boast much of a special defense stat. So, and that's I think most of the fairy type moves. Uh, so you don't really have much of a chance anyway. But no, they did him dirty on the move set. They did him dirty on the rank. So we're gonna bump him up a little bit. Exactly, 69% of people agree. Let's hear it for 69.
Yes.
I don't know if that actually came through, but hopefully the fart came through.
Okay, so fairy types are neither strong nor weak against fighting types.
Oh, so it doesn't
So,
matter.
yeah, no, it's neutral.
Whatever. Oh, I will say no. Okay, so steel type is also, or no, yeah, steel type is also super effective against ice type. I forgot about that. But then again, so is fighting type. Chances are, if you break bricks for a living, you could probably break some ice.
True, right? Shit.
I need one of those drum rim shot things on my soundboard.
But
Thank you. Next up,
hold
we
up.
have. Hold up. Thank you. That's great. Let's hear it for the Don, everybody. Coming in number 8, we got Heracross. All right. Heracross is great. I do love me some Heracross. Yeah, this is one of Ash's Pokemon. Big downside though is man, times 4 damage for the for a flying type. Ugh. But you gotta
Dude,
get to it first.
based beetle, but also throat chop being a move is absolutely fucking insane to me.
UNL's that's a dark type move.
That's what I
Yeah, yeah,
I'm like
I believe that's a dark type move. I mean,
interesting. It
it's
makes sense, but it doesn't make sense.
I think it makes perfect sense. I don't know. I don't know if I would give Heracross that. I'd probably try to stick to mostly like I mean either bug or fighting type moves. Physical, of course. Like Mega Horn and close combat, they're fine. I hate that close combat and like what was it, Blaziken and Brave Bird. I hate that those are considered part of the best move set because I really maybe I'm missing something. But I don't like the moves that have recoil damage or ones that decrease your own stats, especially because close combat. I think it lowers your attack and your defense. So if you don't make that one shot KO and that's the last Pokemon, you're kind of setting yourself up for failure because then I mean, you're decreasing your attack stat and your defense stat. They're gonna hit you harder. You're not gonna hit them as hard. Kind of seems like a last resort.
Oh yeah. I
Um,
mean, I think I like Heracross where he's at. Very underrated.
yeah, most definitely. And also not a bad Mega Evolution either. I want to point
Mm-mm.
that out. I don't really care for Blazikens, by the way.
Blazikens is okay at best.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing earth shattering, I don't think. But we'll go ahead and give Heracross a little upvote here. We can move on to Primeape.
The monkey.
Yeah, the monkey. We love the fighting type monkeys. They're great. Um, Primeape, I think that he is a staple, especially if you watch the anime and you recall that. Okay, so yeah, Primeape. He, like I said, staple if you watch the anime because Ash had one. Um, and a Pokemon that I've enjoyed using in the past. He also recently got another evolution to shoot, what was it called when he turns into like a ghost type?
I have no clue if I'm being
Oh,
completely real.
well, he turns into a ghost type at some point, and I can't remember the name of it, but I thought that was really cool.
Annihilate.
Annihilate. Okay, yeah, solid evolution. Kind of an interesting choice. But yeah, as far as fighting types go, I like this one. Moveset's a little weird. Close combat once again. Who'da thunk? Earthquake and Uproar. So not really going for that same type attack bonus, but still solid moves for what they are.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
like it. Classic. I think number 9 is a pretty decent spot for him.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll give this an upvote because I like where it's at. And bam. At number 10. At number 10 we have, wait, what?
Downvote. I don't care. I don't want to give this on the time of day. It's stupid. Why is it on the list? This is awful. They didn't even use the right picture.
Does Mewtwo become a fighting type if you give him the X whatever the fuck? No, okay. We're not even gonna talk about this one. I'm not sure why Mewtwo's up here. I will allow all the hate in the comments if there is any to be had. But I don't understand why Mewtwo would be considered one of the best fighting types. He's a psychic type in my heart.
Yeah,
As
it's fucked.
as of Generation 6.
Ay, ay, ay.
Oh, it rocks a unique psychic fighting type combo. There, I we've already listed off, I believe, three psychic fighting types before him. Anyway, we're just gonna move on from that one because that's stupid. I'm only gonna go to 15, I believe. This is taking a little minute. Okay, we got Poliwrath. Poliwrath is solid. I think that's a good fighting type. Water fighting type, you don't see that. That could have been that crab I was talking about, but it wasn't. Hmm.
Another throat chop.
Yeah, another throat chop, dynamic punch. Yeah, that one's good. And then circle throw, where he throws his in a circle. We love that.
it
Um, ugh.
You said that, and my mind defaulted to a Yankee with full brim. I don't know why.
The Yankee with no brim. Oh
Gotta go
god.
around this hat.
It's also kind of funny because he has a whirl on his I think that's his stomach. I think those two dots that are up by his nose are technically his mouth.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I never really cared for him much either, but I like the Poly evolution line. That's not to be confused with anything else. I mean, I like Poliwag, I like Poliwhirl, I like Poliwrath, and I love Politoad.
Ollie
Politoad's
Toad
great.
is slept on.
Dude, Politoad is fucking great. My god. Water and grass, I believe, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
You are
evolves when holding
cultured.
the King's Rock. We love that. King Politoad for the win. Um
Our king.
and Yeah, I don't think there's too many water and grass Pokemon out there. Ludicolo is a good one though.
Oh
Ludicolo's
yeah.
fun.
God, I need to play the Pokemon games through again.
Yeah, well, I'm working on Alpha Sapphire right now. It's
I
a
might do
slow
that.
it's a slow burn though. I'm also playing through Arc again. Man, that one's rough. I feel like that game is just everything can go terrible so fast. God.
God bless. I wouldn't know. I've never played Ark.
It's a lot, man. You can grind for hours and then one T-Rex just happens to follow through and dude, everything is ruined. All your structures are gone. All your tamed dinosaurs are gone. All your mounts. He ate your saddles.
Oh
Like
my god. That sounds rough.
it
He ate
is.
your saddles.
Yeah. Well, man, we didn't really have too much to say about Polyrath, but yeah, I like Polyrath. I like where he's at. I'm gonna go give him an upvote on that. Oh, oh! I made a
That's
difference.
good. Fuck you, Mewtwo.
I made a difference. That makes me feel
Good.
good. I hope that continues, and I hope that Mewtwo gets sent even further down because I don't think Mewtwo should be.
I
Anyway,
think Mewtwo might have the highest ratio of like dislikes on it that we've seen so far.
816. Nope, more people downvoted Blaziken.
But I'm talking ratio.
Oh, like the you
Yeah,
say
like
ratio is like
percentage. Because it's 35%.
oh yeah,
And Blaziken was at a staggering like 30.
yeah, you're right. Gali was at 30. Yeah, Blaziken was 29% voted down. Yeah, 23%. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Anyway, next up we have Urshifu. Urshifu is from Generation 8, which frick was that Sword and Shield or X and Y? I think X
Neither. Oh wait, sorry. I'm a little woo. It's
and Y.
it's definitely Sword and Shield is DLC.
Oh yes, that's right. The Isle of Armor or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I got Urshifu. It was it's okay. It's what let's see here. You can either have a fighting and dark type, or you can have a fighting and water type. It's pretty interesting. Fighting and dark
Urshifu is
type.
cracked stat wise.
Fighting and dark type, man, that's an interesting combo. So you you actually negate like any damage from dark types because I think psychic moves or sorry, negate damage from psychic types because I think they like just straight up don't affect dark types.
Oh no, not at all.
Yeah, so you got that going for you. Let's see here. Bugs can't super affect you. Flying type is still a problem, and I think I see because fairy's that new type. Like I'm so unfamiliar with it. I don't know what his strengths and weaknesses are, but I want to say that it was super effective against dark type. So that does make fairy type Pokemon a problem.
I think it's the other way around, huh? I think dark types are super effective against fairies. No, 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 you're right, you're right. Good thing I had it already pulled up.
Yeah, and fairy type changed the whole. Excuse me.
So
Changed the whole game. I mean, imagine being a dragon and then you get knocked out by a pink fox.
so if you choose the fighting dark type Urshifu, um, you have 4 times against you if you're fighting a fairy type. And it uses a fairy type move.
Oh, I thought
Fairy
fairy
type is
was it is super effective against fighting.
fighting dark and dragon.
Yeah,
And it's weak to steel and poison.
I thought the steel was a little strange, but at poison, I guess I get it. I don't know, but
Hey,
Urshifu is great. I like that it's different. You can get different styles or whatever or different forms. That's cool. Best move says close combat. Oh God, stop it with the close combat. Thunder punch and ice punch. Not
respect
bad.
for the Thunder Punch and Ice Punch. Finally, some recognition.
Yeah, thank God. Um, here's something that I find kind of interesting. It's only received 175 votes, yet it's number 12.
Downvote it, see what happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna downvote it. Let's do that. Sorry, Urshifu, you're just too new for me. Oh, it's received 128 upvotes and 48 downvotes.
Oof.
Hey, good ratio.
Yeah, decent ratio.
Ratio king. Let's go.
Me
Ooh, we got Toxicroak. Okay. Dude, I forgot about Toxicroak. I forgot it was fighting type.
fucking too. He used to be like kind of coveted whenever Gen 4 came around.
Yeah, I remember one of my friends I was growing up with. He was very 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 much into having Toxicroak on his team no matter what. Um, a solid Pokemon. Let's see here. Best move says Poison Jab, Sludge Bomb, and Nasty Plot, which I think Nasty Plot raises your special attack.
I think so.
Yeah, making that Sludge Bomb really dangerous.
He's beautiful.
Let's see here. Straight out of the swamps of Swino.
Swinnow.
Yeah, the only issue I find is, again, like coming back to the weaknesses and the strengths, sure, you're now strong against, fairy types and grass types. and I think it's about it. But now you're weak to ground, you're weak to flying, you're quadruly weak to psychic. I don't know about this one, Chief. As far as like whether it's a Pokemon that I would personally use, especially now with Fairy being a part of the game, I might go with no. Design is great though. I like the design. His color scheme is really cool. I like the lines on him. I
I'm
like
right
his
there with that. Yeah,
I like his little orange toes. That's cute.
I fuck with Toxicroak.
Yeah, let's still give him an upvote. Let's see if we
Yeah,
let's see if hey, look at that. Toxicroak fans upvote Hitmontop on this list. That's good to know. Goodbye.
I wonder who's next.
Oh, well, it looks like
Oh,
Riolu.
oh,
Yeah, I like I said, I had a feeling that we were gonna cross over into the same evolutionary lines at some point. Um,
that's
but
so
as we've already
fast.
as we already stated, Riolu, great Pokemon. Love the baby concept. Like that was one of the few baby Pokemon that actually turned out well. Badoo is also another one that I enjoy. Um, yeah, I think I'm fine with this one. This adorable little ball of fighting energy that popped up in Generation 4. Um, best move set is Circle Throw again. Cross Chop and High Jump Kick. High Jump Kick is a scary move, man. I'm always scared to use that one.
Oh yeah, because I mean, if you miss, you're fucked.
Yeah, that's so much. That's so much damage taken, more than almost any of the others I've ever seen. Um, I will say in regards to that, since that's been such a big thing for me, nobody's had submission on here, which is good.
That is good. I'm not a fan of submission either.
Yeah, I feel like it's just it's. I think it's also not particularly strong enough of a move to make up for the recoil.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Not at all. But yeah, Riolu, solid design, a cute little guy. It's a little doggy. I like that. Um, I mean, I wouldn't have him in my team. Obviously, I would evolve him to Lucario at some point or another, but still gets an upvote from me. And 62%
Beautiful.
of people agree. Man, he's got a lot of downvotes.
He does.
That's huge. That's 38%.
That's bigger than
Damn, that's bigger
who
than
was
me.
it? Yeah, for real. I mean, I
Yeah,
can kind of see it because it's like almost a repeat with Lucario, but man,
see it. Okay, and then my last one for this list, because I do have some other ones that I want to get to. We have Graplocked. This is the one that I was telling you about.
I never
Yeah.
really used him.
I never ever wanted to use him because I was so upset that he was not water type. I'm like, he's a fucking octopus. Come on.
You good
Wait, no.
lord.
No, I was talking about the crab.
Hmm.
My bad. I forgot what I had said. But yeah, this one is also a mono fighting type, I believe, when he should be water type as well.
I mean, all respect to it being mono fighting type. It made the list top 15.
Yeah, I mean it made the list and it's not well, it's not weak to water or electric, so I mean that's a plus. But I'm not super familiar with this one, so I'm not sure if his stats are solid. I will say his best move set, he has a signature move, Octolock, close combat again, and liquidation, which is a solid water type move. It'd be even, probably be more solid if he was water type. I don't
Very
know.
true.
Yeah. Really.
Eh.
Well, that about does it for this list. I'm gonna go ahead and vote him down. By the way,
Yeah,
150
that's fine.
votes. I hope I send him to the cleaners. Hey,
Oh shit, you knocked him down 2 ranks.
golly, to number 17. Well, I guess we have to talk about this one now, don't we?
Surf fetched.
Surfetch, hailing from the lively region of Galar, which I believe is Sword and Shield. This wild duck Pokemon evolves from the Galarian Farfetch'd after landing 3 critical hits in a single battle. Jesus Christ!
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he's got to learn Focus Energy. You got to run that.
Oh, that's exactly what it's like leveling him up. Focus energy, and like I can't remember which item you give him to give him a higher crit chance, but it's a pain in the ass.
I don't. There may be a hold item to do that. I was wondering if you could use Dire Hit.
I think there is a hold item that you use as well as dire hit. I think if you do like the combination of those three things, it's likely to happen.
Yeah, but then again, you have to put him into a battle where one, he's gonna be able to land 3 critical hits instead of just taking out the enemy in like one or two, and then also you have to make sure that enemy is not so powerful that that he gets whomped.
Oh yeah.
That sounds like a hard level up. I've never had one, obviously.
Once again, pain in the ass. This is from the only game that I've completed the Pokedex in, and he was a rough one.
Oy. God, you hate to see it. Um, but I mean, I don't know. As a Pokemon, like since I'm not super familiar with his usage, I will say solid design. To say is he just fighting type? Do you recall?
No, I think he's fighting. He might be fighting flying or fighting
Maybe
normal.
maybe he's fighting normal. I see he's got Iron Defense, Leaf Blade, and Swords Dance as his best move set. I don't know. Again, I'm one of those kind of people where like if it doesn't take away their HP, I'm probably not going to use it. Um, I
Oh,
guess unless yeah, like I'm not super big into the
wait.
buff moves. Like evasiveness is fine. Like I'll run double team.
Okay, so Sir Fetch is actually mono fighting.
Just fighting type. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, good on him for being on the list.
A vote.
Well actually I was thinking maybe I should downvote him to see if it pushes him to number 16. Since downvoting number 15 sent them all the way down to 17, that means that 15
Ooh,
and 16 are very close, right?
yeah.
What do I do?
I
Chat,
don't
what do I
know.
do?
Chat. Hey, chat. Is this real?
I'm gonna do it. I like Surfetched. I hope I can go back and change this if it doesn't do anything. Oh no.
Damn.
Who else we got? Hisuian Decidui. I did not know that he was grass and fighting. I think that is a new combo. I can't think of any other dual types like that.
I can't either.
I remember Samurott, they gave him a water and dark type. That was interesting.
That was.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Oh, I know another grass fighting, I think. Chestnut.
Oh yes, yeah. Yeah, that is right. I forgot about that. Oh, and Greninja was water dark, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So wait. What was his sweet and Typhlosion? Was that just he
I
was
think
Fire
that was,
Ghost, wasn't he?
yeah. Fire Ghost.
Yeah, which is
And then,
a great combo. That's like it's like that new Marowak.
oh,
Uh
yeah.
the Alola Marowak. That was cool. The Fire Dancer concept, that shit was great.
It was.
Yeah. But well I guess we're not here to talk about him. Decidueye, so yeah, this is Hisuian region Decidueye. Kind of weird that they call it generation 4 or sorry, 9 when he was definitely generation 6.
I guess it's because he's Hisuian.
Yeah, but I'm like I don't know, it kind of if you want to get into it, if that was a very early generation of Pokemon because it takes place so much further back in time.
That-
Oh no, Aiden has
I-
disconnected his cord. Uh,
okay, we should be good.
okay, nice.
God, I love short cables
Yeah, that's
while I'm
great.
trying to like chill out while we do this.
That's what you get for reclining. I'm up and at 'em. I'm standing at attention, and that means two things.
Ooh. Ooh. I have to put in a little extra effort. I have to hold my mic still. I deserve
Anyway.
to recline.
Oh man. Well, that does it for the fighting type Pokemon list. That one took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. So I do apologize about that. We're gonna move on to something else now. Um, let's see here. Aiden, I told you the other ones that we had. Which one would you want to see?
Dealer's choice.
I don't know. I feel like I want to go with. Well, actually, you didn't even like this one, so I don't think I'll do that. Yeah. Okay. The next article that I found, which I thought would be kind of interesting to go through. Really, like when I decided that I wanted to do this, I was thinking that I would go for articles that were just incredibly absurd. But then I also thought about the entertainment value of that and uh, our ability to talk about them. So I pulled up a couple of different articles. This is the last one that I'm going to do though, because I think we're running out of time here. But the other ones that I had chosen were 12 alleged ghost encounters. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. That resulted in real death, 13 must-read Ocarina of Time fan theories, and the 17 most powerful Dragon Ball characters. And I'm pretty sure Aiden doesn't even like Dragon Ball.
What?
Didn't you
I
tell me
love
that
Dragon
once?
Ball. No, I love Dragon Ball.
Who the hell told me? No, you
It's
don't like My Hero
Noah.
Academia. Noah doesn't like any
Yeah,
anime. That's different. You don't
that's
like My
true.
Hero Academia.
Yeah, no, I hate My Hero.
I still don't get it, man. I still don't
I'm
get it. It's
sorry.
great. It's
I'm
wholesome.
so, dude. I'm sorry, Crone. Mid Hero Academia. I'm sorry to do that.
Well, in that case, why don't we do U.S. presidents who are worthy enough to hold Mjolnir?
That's an interesting. That's an it. What?
Yeah, actually, you know what? Hold up. Maybe we should do that. Here, hang on. I'm actually gonna have to search this one because I did disable my ad blocker. Fuck off. I did this. Cut this, please. Oh, it came back on.
Yeah, pauses don't last long.
They really don't, do they? Okay, U.S. Presidents Mjolnir. Okay, this is great, actually.
I
I
like seeing
appreciate that.
Lincoln and Kennedy on that thumbnail.
That is great. Okay, so this is gonna be a much more interesting list than what I had picked up. Um, our first
Oh,
president. Oh, there's no descriptions for why.
that's okay. We can
That
do this.
that's kind of disappointing. I'm not much of a history buff though, but I do know that I agree with this first one right here, being Theodore Roosevelt.
Oh yeah, the
Good
king
old
himself.
Teddy. Dude, this is Ben Stiller's homie right here.
Dude, holy shit. I cannot think of a man more worthy.
Wasn't he also like a boxer?
Dude, he was a boxer. He was a wildlife activist. I I could be so wrong about this. I'm pretty sure he fought a bear at one point. And to top it all off, he's the only president in the United States in the whole of U.S. history to have the nuts to be like, I don't like monopolies.
What a guy. We love
Yeah,
Theodore Roosevelt. Good old
I,
Teddy.
good old Teddy. I believe he deserves a round of applause.
That's wonderful. I'm upvoting the shit out of that. 81% of people agree.
Good.
God, he had 9,000 votes.
What a
Up next
king.
we have good old Abraham Lincoln. How about that? Oh, well, oops. Now you can see who number 3 is as well. So Abraham Lincoln, great guy. Absolutely great guy. Kind of
A
sucks how he
house divided against itself cannot stand. He's got
That's
some crazy quotes.
He really does. Man, we should pull some of those up sometime. Um he's great. Also, he's a vampire hunter. That was pretty cool.
Ooh, helped free the slaves.
Help free the slaves. Man, beat the shit out of the Confederacy.
Mm-hmm.
We
The
love that.
South will not rise again. I don't care what anyone says.
They ain't going nowhere, man. The South is down for a reason.
Mm-hmm. For real. I say
It's
as we
probably
live here.
Yeah, it's probably dangerous for us to say that. Anyway, I'm upvoting the shit out of Abraham Lincoln. Dude, he would use Mjolnir as a toothpick.
Dude, for real.
Didn't he
Holy
have like
shit.
didn't he have wooden teeth? Do I remember that correctly?
I cannot recall, if I'm
I feel
being
like
real.
I feel like most dentures back then had to be wooden teeth. I mean, what else would they be made out of?
That's
They're
also fair.
they were primitive. All right, upvote on Mr. Abraham Lincoln. Then we got George Washington, the guy who started it all.
Oh, man.
Revolutionary War hero, General Washington.
1776, cross the Delaware.
Cannot tell a lie. If there's anyone that is more worthy to hold Mjolnir, well, I guess it's Abraham Lincoln or Theodore Roosevelt. But
I
let's go
can't
to
imagine why these top 3 rankings wouldn't be like very, very tight.
Yeah, no, it really is. Look, as far as ratio goes, 79% of people upvoted him. 80% of people upvoted Abraham, and 81% upvoted Theodore. So I'm glad we're all on the same page here.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
The bright green history of Mountain Dew. Also, if anyone's been curious about changing diapers, there you go. All right. Next up, we got Dwight Eisenhower. I actually don't know dick about Eisenhower. What do you know about him?
If I recall correctly, Eisenhower was the one who had the clearances to launch the nukes against Japan. He helped a lot with the ending of World War II after Franklin Roosevelt passed from polio.
Oh.
And that's I'm trying to remember that correctly. I'm pretty sure it was Eisenhower, but I'm 90% sure Eisenhower is the one who sanctioned the dropping of Little Boy and Fat Man on Japan, effectively ending World War II's Pacific campaign.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, do I think that it was particularly reciprocal for Pearl Harbor? Maybe not. But it
There's
is.
always uh,
I
there's always a theory that if he didn't do that, many millions more could have died.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you got to hit him harder for it to stop.
Sometimes
I acknowledge that.
you got to break a couple eggs to make an omelet.
Yeah, fair enough.
Uh,
Well, all right.
I don't know,
That
because
I
I
think that's
mean,
a discussion for another time.
it's so hard. It's so ambiguous. It's so morally ambiguous given everything. Would he be worthy to hold Mjolnir?
I don't know. I don't really know about. Well, I mean, well, let's break it down on like what factors, like what characteristics have we seen, like characters that can wield Mjolnir in like the Avengers universe, for example. Because I feel like that's like one of our best visual representations, at least one that's most relevant. Um, I mean, Thor was kind of a shithead, but like he was still, I guess, courageous.
Maybe righteous to some capacity.
Yeah, I mean, well, he was a little self-righteous because I believe what is it, in the first movie he's deemed unworthy of Mjolnir, like in his first like standalone movie. Um, but like the entire time before that, yeah, he had been righteous, self-righteous, like self-serving. But he was brave and he was doing what his father told him to do in the sense that like, yeah, he was basically like the hit squad. Him and the warriors that he fought with. And I mean, yeah, they were doing stuff to save their own hides. So in that sense, like when he goes to the Frost Giant world and just completely fucks them all up 6 ways from Sunday, if that, if actions like that can be, like you can do things like that and still be considered worthy of holding Mjolnir, I think that Dwight D. Eisenhower kind of, maybe we'll give that to him. Maybe we're setting the standards a little bit too high.
That's fair. I mean, he did help majorly in ending World War II. There's something to be said about that.
Yeah, like is the needs of the few out or the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Like I said, not that I'm cool with genocide, but if it had to happen, it had to happen. Who's for we're not to say that. We'll
Hey,
give
wasn't us who hit the big red button.
yeah. So we'll give Dwight a good old upvote right there. 66% of people agree. Man, the stark difference between George Washington and Dwight Eisenhower. Good God. Um, Oh, he's also ranked number 5 of 45 on the greatest U.S. presidents of all time.
I mean, brownie points, I guess, for ending World War II
Yeah.
effectively, but
Wait,
Christ,
haven't there been 46 U.S. presidents now?
I have no idea. I should know this, but I have no idea.
Because I feel like Bush was 43, and Obama was 44, Trump was 45, and Biden's 46. I'm pretty sure. Oh no. You looking that up?
Um, yes, if it'll let me.
Big A.
46, yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe it's like past president. Oh, I almost went too far again. Anyway, number 5 we have John F. Kennedy.
Love Kennedy.
Yeah, we love the Kennedys. Bro got murked way too early.
He did. Only it was. I swear, this isn't like conspiracy. This is true. It's because he wanted to dismantle the CIA
Mm,
and let it be dust in the wind. We
yeah,
might
we
be a
love
very different country today if he was successful in his endeavors.
that. Presents some interesting thoughts in my head that I don't think that I should put out here right now. Uh, but yeah, doing it in the interest of the American people, I think that's definitely it's a pretty righteous cause. I'd give him a little upvote on that.
I would
But
too.
65% of people agree. A lot of people are not fucking with John F. Kennedy. Um,
Cringe.
Man, I should look up what other shit he did. Oh God. Um, no, we'll do that another time. Next up, we have Franklin D. Roosevelt. Yeah, integral in World War II. Unfortunately, passed due to polio.
I'm pretty sure it was polio. It had to have been because he suffered from it like all his life.
Let's see here. He died in Georgia at the Little White House Historic Site. In
Uh,
Man, he was born in 1882 and ran until 1945. Not bad, dude.
I think he's also the only U.S. president to run more than 2 terms. Of course, in interest of international emergency. he was able to invoke that right. I
Hmm.
think he ran 4 terms, or about as close to 4 terms as you can get.
Oh God. Well, he had polio, but his actual cause of death was a cerebral hemorrhage, which is a stroke. Good Lord.
Okay. Okay, yeah. He did get into a 4th term, but of course, he died.
Yeah, good God. But I mean, the fact that he got four that whole time, like that's something to be said for that.
Yeah, no, you got to be doing something right if you're getting reelected over and over and over in a state of like international distress.
Yeah, literally World War II. Also, he was president during the Great Depression, and this shows how long I've been out of school. Good God. He also made the New Deal.
I forgot about that shit. That
Yeah.
like recovered the American economy.
Eleanor, his wife, was also great. We loved her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd say worthy.
FDR gets a big upvote for me. 65% agree. Been cool if we had brought him up above Ken. After that, we got Thomas Jefferson. Ugh.
I don't know too much about Thomas Jefferson.
Well, let's have a look. Look at his achievements. So he was a silent member of Congress. At 33 years of old, he drafted the Declaration of Independence. So yeah, I mean, he did that. Big player in the Revolutionary War and the United States of America gaining their independence. Um, in the years
Is it
following, he labored to make its words a reality in Virginia. Most notably, he wrote a bill establishing religious freedom enacted in 1786. That's also a big win.
wasn't he also a big part of why state sovereignty exists compared to like being a completely federalist government?
Sounds like it. Sounds like he was big on independence and making decisions that largely just affect your area.
Good. I mean, I'm all for it. As much back and forth as you could have with state sovereignty and like, questioning whether or not it's worth having given certain ethical dilemmas. I would still say it's important to have that type of sovereignty regardless. It's like
Hmm.
it's a lot like freedom of speech in the sense where it's like, you know, anyone can do or say anything, but it does well not do, but say anything, but it also doesn't come without its own consequences. Which I'll take that over, a completely federalist government any day of the week.
Let's see here. I found actually my Google search was powered by AI. Thank God for AI. It helps us cut our videos.
God bless
Uh,
it. To some capacity.
yeah, to some capacity. Thomas Jefferson purchased the Louisiana Territory, doubling the size of the United States. Therefore, he was integral to the Lewis and Clark expedition. Um, he reduced the national debt by a third, while cutting expenditures in the Army and the Navy budgets, reducing the Army to 2 regiments, 1 infantry, and 1 artillery. He sent a naval squadron to fight the Barbary pirates who were harassing the American commerce in the Mediterranean. He signed the Enabling Act, which established procedures for territories to become states. So yeah, state sovereignty. He established the precedent of not delivering the State of the Union address in person. uh, and yeah, he promoted
Yeah,
individual liberty.
I would say that's worth an upvote. A little up.
See here, there's one other thing that I wanted to find out here.
What is it that you're
Oh,
looking
never
for?
mind. Sorry, I feel like I had a pretty interesting idea just in that what was it that Thomas Jefferson owned slaves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of funny for somebody who is in such big support of liberty. Um, so that's kind of fun. So I was looking up. Apparently, he fathered about 6 children with Sally Hemings. Good God, 6 of them, and 4 of them survived to adulthood. Decades after their negotiation, Jefferson freed all of Sally Hemings' children, and Beverly and Harriet left Monticello in the early 1820s. Madison and Eston were freed in his will and left Monticello in 1826. So they were not free. Some of his children weren't even free until after his death. Um, I don't know, man. That's a little fucked up.
It is. It's one of those things where it's like, as morally reprehensible as it is, it's also kind of a byproduct of its time, you know?
Yeah,
But
I mean,
like, they could have done that at any point.
I don't know. Maybe that's just me nitpicking. Well, we'll give it an upvote because yeah, state sovereignty is great. We love the separation of state and federal,
Oh
except when
yeah.
except when it comes to taxes.
Oh yeah, that part's a little rough.
It'd be really cool if we could just get it done all at once, guys.
I'm saying.
I'm tired of filling out two different things. You don't even have state income tax. I don't want to hear it.
I still technically live in Georgia, so yeah, I do.
Oh, lame.
It's an epic gamer moment.
No, you love that. All right, next up we got Ulysses S. Grant. Oh, sorry.
Scroll up a little more.
Ulysses
There
S.
we go.
Grant. Let's hear it for him. Shit, I'm trying to remember what he did. I should not have picked
Top
this.
top general in the Civil War for the northern states.
Okay, cool. We love that. Although he was part of the Republican Party, but I believe that was before the switch, where the Republican Party was the more lenient and forward-thinking of the two. Um, Died of esophageal cancer. That
He
sucks.
loves smoking.
Hmm. Fair enough. He led the Union armies to victory over the Confederacy in the American Civil War. As an American hero, Grant was later elected the 18th President of the United States from 1869 to 1877. That is a full. That is two terms. Working to implement congressional reconstruction and to remove the vestiges of slavery. So he kind of. Hell yeah, that's great.
Dude, his strategies single-handedly won the North the Civil War. Because the Northern forces were getting shit on. Like hard up until Grant took the position that he did as the US general.
Nice. Hell yeah. Score one for the boys back home. Upvote on that. And we have. Oh, Ronald Reagan.
Eh.
Yeah, didn't he? Oh God.
I mean, to start, he started the war against drugs and funded private institutions that are, owned by the government, like the CIA, to distribute drugs in uh, lesser to do, minor centric communities.
Yeah, it's funny actually calling back to our last episode. I believe Kendrick Lamar has a song called Ronald Reagan Era, which kind of talks about like yeah he Ronald Reagan kind of started a lot of stuff in motion. Um, oh God, that we're still seeing the effects of today. So I'm just gonna go ahead and downvote this one. Um, I don't think Ronald Reagan did that great.
I will say Nancy Reagan was decent. She tried to prevent billboards from being a thing along US highways. So I mean, I'll respect that where it's due. Because I
Yeah.
mean, I fucking hate looking at those godforsaken billboards whenever I hit the interstate.
Oh come on, the Bucky's ones are fun.
The Bucky's ones are fun, but then you could hit certain areas where it's like, um, when Christ returns, all tongues will tell the truth, including the Democrats. And you're just sitting there and you're like, dude, relax.
I recall that exact one that you're talking about too. That's the worst part.
Hmm.
Even the Democrats.
Even the
Like there's
Democrats.
like as though your political party is also um respective of your religious affiliation.
Ah, yes. The very first thing that Christ will look at whenever he returns will be your political affiliation. That's that's going to be his first go-to.
Imagine like the fact that we literally have separation of church and state and just be like, nah, fuck that. Screw it.
People are
Let's let
wild.
our religious let's let our religious beliefs tailor into the laws that we make.
I love it. I love everything about it. That was a lie. It's absolutely absurd.
Dude, next we're gonna make sodomy illegal. Downvote on Ronald Reagan. Fuck you, man.
Yeah,
49% of people agree with that. Good
that's a
lord.
pretty good ratio.
Yeah, that's wouldn't mind if it was skewed in the other direction, but we'll take it. John Adams. Bless bless you. God.
Oh, thank you. Holy shit.
uh,
I don't know much about Mr. Adams.
Second US president in history. John Adams, if I recall correctly, which is mostly from the Hamilton musical. Wonderful. Aiden, have you watched the Hamilton musical?
No, but honestly, most of what I know about Thomas Jefferson is derived from the fact that Maggie likes that one more than any other musical.
Okay. Yeah, man. Shout out to the thespian that played Thomas Jefferson. And I believe he played another character as well, but yeah. Absolutely great. So John Adams was an American statesman, attorney, diplomat, writer, and founding father who served as the second president of the United States from 1797 to 1801. So he only had one. He only had one term. Mm.
Yeah, appears such.
Let's see. I think
Inauguration.
John Adams is known for before his presidency, he was a leader of the American Revolution that achieved independence from Great Britain. So he was definitely within that realm of freeing his people from oppression, which is pretty noble in my opinion. So that definitely is Mjolnir worthy. Um, let's see here. What else? He was the first vice president of the United States. So he was George Washington's vice president, and Thomas Jefferson was his vice president. He was also the first minister to Great Britain, to the Netherlands. He was United States envoy to France, succeeded by Benjamin Franklin. That's pretty cool. He was a chief justice at some point as well. Okay. He was
He got. So I'm looking at this, despite the fact that his presidency was largely scandal free. He got politically ousted, and that's why he only served one term, because this was whenever like the Federalists and Alexander Hamilton were like still persisting, right?
Mm.
And he in the French Revolution, the Federalists supported the British monarchy in that, which is fucking wild that you as an American citizen would support Britain in any way. But regardless,
since you just got away from them.
Dude, for real, it's not even been like a full 5 years ish, 6 years ish. It's not even been a decade. And Adams was like, dude, no. The French are correct in this. We seceded from Britain and they're ruled just like they're trying to do. And yeah, he ended up getting politically ousted because of it.
Mm.
Which is wild.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. Sorry, I'm reading up on him. Let's see what else was really cool. He did sign the Alien and Sedition Act in 1798 that applied restrictions to immigration and speech in the United States. The Naturalization Act increased the requirements to seek citizenship. The Alien Friends Act allowed the president to imprison and deport non-citizens. And the Alien Enemies Act gave the president additional powers to detain non-citizens during times of war. And the Sedition Act criminalized false and malicious statements about the federal government.
Yeah.
I'm very hot and cold with this one. Yeah, he helped independence, but then he was like, okay, so now I get to oppress you.
I would say downvote on that one.
Yeah, downvote on that little man. Barack Obama. Most definitely. Dude's wholesome as hell.
I don't know. I don't think so. Like, he had a good public image, but he also like greenlighted well, I don't know if he exactly greenlighted it. I'm sure he had some part to play in what happened. The bombing of the hospital in Yemen.
Okay, yeah. No, that is true.
The children's hospital, I think it was.
I don't know if he had. I'm sure he didn't say like, "Hey guys, it'd be really cool if we went and bombed like a children's hospital, right? It's in the Middle East. Who cares?" But I mean, if there was anything that he could have done to prevent that and he didn't, yeah. No, I can.
Yeah.
Getting out there. Also, another thing that I want to put in, coming back to the taxes thing, is Obamacare.
Oh,
Like it's a cool concept and all, but why does it penalize people who like haven't signed up for it?
good idea, horrible execution.
Yeah, I'm like, so I can't afford health insurance as it is. I'm pretty sure that isn't Obamacare like still around?
I think so. I think the penalties aren't a thing anymore.
Yeah, thank God, because yeah, I remember just losing a lot of money for it, and I was like, oh, I didn't even know. I didn't know it was gonna be a thing. I'm not that I am now, very politically forward, but no, I just thought it was a weird concept to tax somebody for that because I don't think Obamacare was like free.
It definitely wasn't. It was either pay money to have health insurance or pay more money to not have health insurance.
Which I don't know. It's kind of weird because if you can't do both, then you can't do both. Like, if you're taking away from someone's tax refund because they don't have health insurance, like that's a pretty solid chunk of money, you know.
I
And
mean, shit.
oh, because it kind of it feels like I take away from my amount per, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. I
Yeah.
mean,
So,
I would say I would give him the upvote just on the fact that like the intent was good with his presidency, but with how well things were executed, eh, he probably had a lot of people he needed to fucking please.
yeah, right. We'll give you the upvote, Mr. President Obama. 49% of people agree. Dang.
Dang, he was not popular in this list.
Man, Ranker, what's your demographic here? Hey, but next up we got, well, actually we can just go ahead and see the rest of them. Right here. We got
My
Jimmy
peanuts are
Carter.
spoiled. I'm so mad my peanuts are spoiled.
What?
I'm so mad my peanuts are spoiled.
You're gonna have to explain that one to me later.
He's a peanut
Jimmy
farmer.
Carter. Oh yeah. Yeah, so Jimmy Carter, huge, huge, huge person in Georgia. We love Jimmy Carter down here. You know,
Oh yeah.
he jokingly announced his candidacy at this bar in Savannah called Pinky Masters. It's a dive of a dive, but it was really really cool when I was giving tours and I could tell people that.
That is really fucking cool. I
Yeah,
will
and
say
he has a whole center dedicated to him here in Atlanta, I believe.
recently, I think I read somewhere on Facebook, so this is probably not like, you know, reliable information, but it was either his daughter or his granddaughter who's like, he's doing okay, but he's getting real old. His time is
Yeah,
near.
they do that. It's
Yeah, I mean,
that.
I I think he holds the record for longest living US president.
Yeah. Yeah, 99.
That's
Good
kind of
lord.
insane.
That is it is wild, dude. God, he would have lived through the Great Depression, I believe.
Oh
Maybe
yeah.
maybe. Good lord. What a guy.
God
Well,
bless Jimmy Carter. He didn't do nothing wrong.
some of Jimmy Carter's major accomplishments are to increase human and social services, who created the Department of Education, bolstered the Social Security system, and appointed record numbers of women, blacks, and Hispanics to government jobs. In foreign affairs, Carter set his own style. I also read in 2002 he received a Nobel Peace Prize because after leaving the presidency, he continued to promote and expand on human rights. That's why he established the Carter Center. He traveled extensively to conduct peace negotiations, monitor elections, and further the eradication of infectious diseases. What a
The
guy!
thing, dude, the thing about like everything that he did, right? You know, nowadays you'd consider that like you'd consider that a relatively normal track of like forward thinking. At the time he was doing it, he ended up being such an unpopular president because of it. Like just the time frame in which he decided to do these things.
Again, like product of the time.
Product of the time, but he was ahead of it.
Yeah, no, that's I think that's probably the worst part about being a forward-thinking person is that like in general the populace is not a huge fan of you because they're being introduced to all these new ideas and they're like, "No, that's stupid. Why would we do that? Why would we give a shit about people?"
Yeah, no, like, and that's the fucking bit right there. I'm not particularly like a Democrat or a Republican. Um, I don't like to associate with either side. But that being said, man, having someone humanitarian and very socially forward like Carter at the time he was in is insane.
No, it's great. We love that. Um, as
You
long as
could,
you're
sorry.
I was just gonna say, I mean, as long as you're not like a libertarian who's down with like child labor, I think we're okay.
Yeah, I'm saying. Um, you could even say that he fucking like triggered what would be current events with his presidency and the way that he looked at like those types of trains of thought. It was the start of the modern era of like social thinking.
Mm, it really was. I mean, and he also just, I saw he also established the Department of Energy. That's great. Yeah, Jimmy Carter gets an upvote from me for sure. Again, 49% of people agree.
I I mad respect the bolo tie in the picture.
Yeah, dude, love the bolo tie. I had someone come into the store the other day and they were wearing a bolo tie, but it was made out of glass. Like the centerpiece was made out of glass and it was shaped like a nose. I said that's really cool.
We love you, Jimmy.
Yeah, love you,
Mm.
James. Next up, we got Harry Truman. I'm not super familiar with what he did, so I definitely had to look that one up. He is short. He is 5'9". He is well known for his integrity, honesty, and efficiency. Nickname is Give Him Hell, Harry. He enjoyed playing cards and trips on the presidential yacht Williamsburg. Most famous quote was "The buck stops here." Okay, but he did sign in the Civil Aeronautics Act of 1938, establishing government regulation over the aviation industry, and he signed in the Wheeler-Truman Transportation Act of 1940, providing government oversight of the railroad reorganization. Hmm.
Huh.
Let's see here. As president, Truman made some of the most crucial decisions in history. Soon after VE Day, the war against Japan had reached its final stage. An urgent plea to Japan to surrender was rejected. Truman, after consultation with his advisors, ordered atomic bombs to be dropped on cities devoted to war work.
Okay, so it's Truman who called the bombs.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like there. Um, I don't know. Not a whole lot. I'm really just seeing the same stuff over and over again. I don't know. Do we feel like he was worthy to lift Mjolnir? I mean, he was, in a way, he was kind of devoted to infrastructure, which is, I mean, that's kind of good, I guess.
I would say, yeah,
You think so?
maybe. I don't know. It's very gray with
Ne-
Truman.
Needs of the many?
Needs of the many.
Yeah, fuck it, let's do it. 49% of people agree. Man, we can't catch a break. He was ranked as number 9 of the greatest U.S. presidents of all time. That's solid.
Okay.
James Madison, the successor to Thomas Jefferson. What the hell did he do? And I feel like a lot of these are just the early time presidents. I mean, we also have John Quincy Adams right there, who is the son of John Adams.
These next two I'm not all too familiar with, in all good truth.
No, I'm not at all. Um, James Madison supported the Virginia Declaration of Rights and the Virginia Statute for Religious Freedom, helping to produce the Constitution of the United States of America and authoring the Bill of Rights, collaborating with Alexander Hamilton. All right, we love that. We love the Bill of Rights. The first 10 amendments of the Constitution.
Okay.
It seems like during his presidency, he was facing mounting tensions between the United States and Great Britain. British forces continued to harass American ships as well as seize cargo and impress American sailors into the Royal Navy. He was not in good health. That kind of sucks.
Oof.
He made a major contribution to the ratification of the Constitution by writing the Federalist Papers, along with Alexander Hamilton and John Jay. In later years, he was referred to as the father of the Constitution. Well, it looks like
That's
he.
interesting.
I mean, it kind of looks like he practically wrote the Bill of Rights. And
Okay.
not to downplay Mr. Hamilton there. James mostly focused on the rights-related amendments, ignoring suggestions that would have structurally changed the government. He was a Federalist, though, which means that he was kind of into supporting the British during the French Revolutionary War, right?
Maybe. I know Hamilton was on that side of things.
Which is kind of weird. And nobody just wanted independence, but we still got y'all's back. We just wanted you to lay off a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the
Hmm.
the, the Bill of Rights, those are all super important because that established like the freedom to assemble, freedom of speech, the right to bear arms. I can't remember what a lot of the other ones were.
Freedom of religion.
Yeah, I mean, so a lot of them were super important. So I think in a way, yeah, they were definitely down for helping their own people, but it is still kind of weird to like support your oppressors.
Oh, yeah, definitely is weird.
I don't know, and that seems to kind of come like later in life. I'm not even sure if that was technically during his presidency necessarily. I don't know. That's also the other part of it. Are we going based off of like what they've done over their lives, or just what they did as president?
I guess as president, because the basis of this list is entirely on like US presidents.
Yeah, but think about it this way: whenever you're elected president, you're literally like you're a president for life. Like you still have access to like Secret Service. Obviously, Jimmy Carter and a lot of other ones. They're still going off and doing their thing, regardless of whether or not they're the current commander in chief. I guess one of the only presidents that's not really doing anything beneficial right now is Trump.
Fair.
I don't know. I haven't heard about anything that Obama's been doing for a while either. maybe I shouldn't say that, but I to know that someone like James was
Obama.
still, he was still going around growing peanuts and doing civil rights stuff. I'm down for it. Let's operate on the assumption that we're talking about what they did during their presidency, and we'll go ahead and bring James Madison up.
Yeah,
44%. A lot of people hated him, but he was also ranked number 11 of the greatest U.S. presidents of all time.
that's pretty reasonable.
Then we're getting Mr. John Quincy Adams.
Apparently, he was very ambitious. Um, Creation of a national university, naval academy, and national astronomical observatory.
Hmm.
Um, he argued for completion of several projects that required construction or planning, including a road from D.C. to New Orleans. Um, he proposed the Department of the Interior. Um, he wanted to focus more on infrastructure than and Western land sales than taxes or public debt. His ideal was a thriving national economy. A lot of people feared he was an abolitionist in the South. Um, that said, let's see what else he did. Also, the first passenger railroad
Hmm.
was under him from Baltimore to Ohio.
Wow, from one lame place to another.
But in his time, it was also around then whenever the first and second party systems were put into place, which isn't necessarily his fault, I believe.
I mean, potentially not, but I don't know. I guess as nice as all those things seem, do we think that he's worthy of holding Mjolnir?
That's one of those ones where it's like there's not enough like
I feel like not a
moral
lot happened.
prowess. Yeah, no, I mean he focused on like economy and infrastructure, and that was about it.
Yeah, which I mean, I guess is if you want to get technical, I mean, I guess like infrastructure is beneficial to the people, and economy is great. I mean, if the economy's bad, everyone suffers.
But I mean, like he was no Lincoln, he was no Kennedy, he was
No,
no Roosevelt, he was no Carter.
yeah, definitely not. It just doesn't. It doesn't sound like. I don't know. It's a lot of like. It's a lot of like behind the curtains kind of stuff, isn't it?
It is. It definitely is.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with a big no, like a little bit of a downvote on John Quincy Adams. I don't know if he could have picked up Mjolnir.
Yeah, nah.
Not based off of what I've been given. 63% of people agree.
Fair.
Well, that. Oh shoot, there were more. Do we want to keep on going, or oh man, I
I feel
really.
like it's a good place to stop because I feel like a lot of the major ones who would have been worthy were up top, and I feel like the rest is going to be like okay, like
Yeah.
grayness.
Let me just go ahead and. I don't even know about James. Oh, 9 perfectly good reasons why public toilet seats are U-shaped. Bill
So
Clinton,
you
Gerald
can
Ford,
pee.
Calvin Coolidge. Okay, so this is going through every single president. I
Yeah.
feel like that wasn't. I feel like that wasn't what I clicked on. U.S. presidents who are worthy enough to hold Mjolnir, but they list all of them. Okay, yeah, this is a dumb article. Like I said, that was the whole point of everything that I wanted to do over here too. But
Not a bad time.
no, not at all. I had a great time. I think that this was a lot of fun. I like talking about Pokemon and presidents. The double
Me
P.
too.
We love the double P.
The
Well,
double P's.
hopefully everyone else found this as entertaining as I did, and hopefully Aiden found it equally entertaining as well. Um, but that's about all the time that we have for this episode. So we're gonna go ahead and get around to signing off. I want to thank everyone for watching and listening. If you like more, or if you, I'm sorry, if you like this and you want to hear more, please remember to follow us on Spotify so you can you can get notifications whenever we drop a new episode. Also, since we are now on YouTube as well, if you're not already watching there, um, come on over to the channel, give us a like and a subscribe, and like leave us a little comment or something like, "Hey, don't ever do this again," or "You guys should just stop while you're ahead," or "I love this." I definitely prefer the latter of those three.
Me too.
But
We're not
um,
stopping.
no, we're not stopping. We have way too much fun doing this. So, with that being said, Aiden, do you have anything you want to add?
Definitely appreciate it. I know that these last few episodes haven't been like, you know, I guess as serious, but I feel like that's the fun in it. It's been a real good time, and hopefully, at the very least, this is making for some pretty solid background noise for y'all. And at the most, you're actually invested because I mean, we have a lot of fun doing it. And also, don't forget to follow us on X as well, or the platform formerly known as Twitter, x.com/KATD podcast.
Yes, thank you. It can also, you can still type in twitter.com/KATD podcast if you so prefer. I always prefer typing in that one instead of X. I don't claim X, but we had to get on there.
Of course, big platform, big ups, we got to do it. But, that said, I'm sheepy. I'm
Oh,
eepy. I'm ready
no.
for big eepy.
Yeah, that's fair, man. Well, like I said, hope everyone had a good time. I know that we did. And I'm terrible at saying goodbye, so I'm just going to say podcast out.